Guys, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. This is your camp activity for baked oatmeal. So I'll go around and have everyone introduce themselves. First, I'm Kelly, and I previously worked with Sibling Camp. So glad that you all were able to join us today. Rebecca?
Hi.
Oh, sure. I'm Becca, and I participated in week 2.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I participated 3 years ago in week 1 and last year, week 2.
And I'm Trish, and I participated in week 2 last year.
I'm Claire. I participated in week 1 last year.
I'm Blake. I'm a former camper, participated in week 2.
Awesome. So glad to have all you guys with us today. So we'll get started. I'm going to first introduce all of the ingredients that you're going to need to make the baked oatmeal. So you will need quick oats, 5½ cups. Then you'll need salt, and you'll need 2 teaspoons of salt. And then you're going to need baking powder, and you're going to need 5 teaspoons of that. And then you'll need 1½ cups of sugar. And that's why I have this gigantic tub of sugar. So those are the dry ingredients. And then you're also need 1 cup of melted butter. So that's a full stick of butter. And you're going to stick it in the microwave for like 35 seconds or so to get it melted. You're going to need 4 eggs. And then 3 cups of any kind of milk that you want, whether it's almond milk, regular cow's milk, goat milk, whatever you need, just 3 cups of any type of milk that you want to use.
Okay, so the first thing that needs to happen is you need to mix all of your dry ingredients. So you need a pretty big bowl. I have a mixture of old-fashioned oats and quick oats. It's fine if you have to mix them. I've done it both ways. So you first need 5½ cups of oats. See if we can not make a mess. 1, 2, hold on, I gotta get my other container. 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5½ cups. Then you need 2 teaspoons of salt. One, 2. 5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1½ cup sugar. I have a giant container of sugar as well. We do a lot of baking. One. Once you have all that together, you just want to take a big spoon and try and mix it up and get things even. And then you set that aside until you wait for your wet ingredients. There you are.
We're set up in a very fragile balance. Shannon got a little carried away with the bowl. All right.
So now for the wet ingredients.
You're gonna take that stick of butter, and I like to melt mine in a measuring cup because I like to use the measuring cup for the butter and the milk, so I only have to wash one dish. But make sure you cover it or else the butter will explode all through your microwave. So once it's melted, you're gonna add your stick of butter into the bowl. And then we have our stuff pre-measured, but so I did make extra dishes, but I measured out 3 cups of milk in this big measuring cup, and I'm gonna add that to the bowl with the butter. And then finally, the most fun part is cracking 4 eggs into the bowl. Make sure you don't get any shells in your mixture. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can do it into another bowl if you want. But I'm just gonna put it in mine because I have cracked eggs for a long time. Whenever I first started cooking, I would get shells in the bowl every single time I cracked the eggs. So my mom always had me do them in a smaller bowl.
I always made her put them in another bowl and then put the eggs from the bowl into the cooking bowl.
Now that your fingers are sufficiently covered in eggs, you're going to take your whisk and blend all of these things together. Not too hard or else it will go outside of the bowl. And make sure you crush the egg yolks with the whisk because it's satisfying.
Yep, and then blend it all together, get it nice and smooth. So then it's ready to mix with your dry ingredients whenever you need to do that.
In hindsight, I probably should have added the eggs first because I can't tell if they're totally mixed up right now. But you know, we all make mistakes, so that's okay. You should probably do the eggs first when you do yours.
So now once we have all of our ingredients mixed together, which I don't yet, I'm still mixing, we are going to have a pan handy that we can, we want to make sure we grease our pan so we don't, so it doesn't stick. We can spray it with something, put a little oil down, and then my ingredients still are not mixed. It's not as prepared. But once you see your egg is fully combined, everything's coming together nicely, you can take your ingredients in the bowl and your greased pan and pour them completely over the pan.
Wait, we put the wet in first?
Hey, Claire, I think we missed a step there. We didn't hear you. Did you combine the wet
sorry.
and dry?
Yes, sorry. I thought we were supposed to be doing that all together. I was doing my wet and dry. So we're gonna, once your wet are combined, you can mix your wet and dry together.
Okay, I was like, what?
Sorry, I thought I was a step behind, but I guess I was a step ahead. I was mixing my wet to my dry.
Okay.
Giving that a pour in. And once we have them together, sorry about that. Thank you for catching me. I didn't realize that. And then you want to maybe put it in your pan and make sure it's nice and even, flat, distributed pretty nicely. So that way when it rises a little bit, it's even in your pan.
All right. So, okay. Straight. All right.
good.
Nice and even.
Oh, you got to make sure it's nice and even.
Oh, that looks nice. So nice and even.
They'll all look a little bit different, and that's okay.
Oh yeah.
We've got a full house this morning, so everyone's really excited to eat this.
Same here. Everyone's like, "Ooh, I'm excited to try this."
Yeah.
Talking this meal up for the guys at the firehouse.
Oh, good.
I don't know about you guys, but I like to top mine with a little bit of brown sugar before I throw it in the oven. Give it a little bit of extra sweet.
Sure.
Usually do it after, but either way works. I'm sure it makes it nice and
idea.
like a sweet topping if it bakes.
Mm-hmm.
I have some strawberries and cherries here that I got from a local farm, and I'm really excited to put that on the baked oatmeal.
Ooh.
There's Blake.
All right, now that you have everything mixed together, you want to take some tin foil, cover your baked oatmeal, and you also want to make sure that your oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. If not, you might want to start doing that now because it will take a little bit.
Depending on how fast you're able to mix these ingredients together, I like to try and preheat the oven before I mix all the ingredients. That way it's ready by the time I put it in the oven.
Yeah, I already had mine preheated. Just going to turn the camera around. Now, when putting it in the oven, you want to be careful. It's hot, so you don't want to burn yourself. Once it's in the oven, set a timer for 1 hour. Check it periodically to make sure that it's cooking right. And once that's done, this is what your finished product will look like.
Ooh.
That looks awesome.
Blake, I have a question.
Yes.
How do you know that it's cooking right? How do you check that?
So you pull it out and you'll just check to make sure everything's rising up and start to turn golden brown.
Okay, I don't have to reach in and poke it or anything. I'll just be able to tell by looking at it.
If you
You'll
want,
be
you
able
can.
to tell by looking at it, Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah, you can poke it too with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, it means it's done. But if it still comes out with like the food on the toothpick or with a fork, then you might want to wait a little bit because it still has to cook all the way through.
That's good advice. I'm forever burning everything or not cooking it long enough. So now I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and a big part, I think, of this project, and everyone can contest, is you got to make sure you clean up when you're done as well. Don't leave those dishes for anybody else. Make sure you get them done. And you can do that, while your oatmeal is in the oven. It only takes a couple minutes to clean up.
And be careful when you take it out. It's going to be pretty hot.
Make sure you have some type of oven mitts or oven gloves and just don't get burned.
Some good toppings ready. That's key.
Like Shannon said, I like to use fresh fruit or raisins or brown sugar.
Awesome. Well, we hope that you guys have a awesome time making this baked oatmeal, and we can't wait to see, your finished products. Hopefully you'll send us some photos.
Bye, everyone. Have fun.
See ya.